The Xtreme Movie Show. And of course, got Rob Zilla with me.
Good evening.
As we are way beneath the Pine Hills Palace and our 100, we're watching our 100-inch screen TV. Yes, it's getting bigger. It's always getting bigger. And we were checking out some trailers. We were checking out a TV show called The Wu Assassins. We're going to be talking about in just a little bit. We have a guest, of course, from Kicking It, the real Dr. Venkman.
How's it going?
All righty. So last night I was on a live stream, Rob, with Dalton, and we were doing our trailer reaction.
The Authenticator.
The Authenticator, yes. And we were doing our trailer reaction, which we want to get to a little. We want to actually make that a normal thing here on the Xtreme Movie Show. Mm-hmm. And right in the middle, hey, it's Dalton. Right in the middle of our live stream, we get a message, and it's talking about how the movie that we're talking about, The Hunt, has been canceled. I mean, it was just like that. All of a sudden, doesn't matter if we talk about the trailer or not, it's canceled. It's done. And turns out, of course, that this is the movie. First of all, the reason why we were really focusing and talking about it was this is the movie that's rumored to be the Democrats hunting down Trump supporters.
The deplorables.
The deplorables, yeah, which is really bad because they're the ones that cling to their gods and their guns.
And guts.
Yeah.
That's a Southern thing. God, guns, and guts.
Right. Yeah. Eric Breen's asking Dalton, are you wearing pants last night? Because he admitted to live streaming in his underwear. That was a pleasant thought. Thank you very much, Dalton. But no, it was very weird that the whole thing is they, of course, didn't cancel it because of the politics. They didn't say, well, you know what, maybe it's in bad taste. Maybe we shouldn't actually be making a movie that kind of glorifies violence against a political party that's different than ours. They decided, of course, because of the gun violence that had happened over incidentally, still no. Damn, Dalton, damn. So I was thinking, what do you think about this? What do you think about the whole thing about a movie being made where Democrats are hunting down Republicans? What do you think about the movie being canceled because of the gun violence at the Walmart and at a
couple thoughts there. One, it's their film; they can do whatever the hell they want. Don't really care. I actually was kind of interested in seeing it. That being said, I try to stay focused more on movies than politics. What I will say is that my prediction is that in the next year and a half, there's going to be a lot of interesting things because not only was Epstein or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I was telling you that months ago. Oh, yeah, he'll get whacked. And I'm like the play conspiracy guy, and that's a nice one people will be talking about. Here's the thing with Trump, and it's a 30-second rant. The economy is not in good shape at all. It's not because of Trump. It's not in spite of Trump or any of those kinds of things. It's simply the government's way too big. I'm a liberty guy. I believe in smaller government. I think a lot of people on this channel do. Not everybody does. I'm not what you'd call this hardcore conservative liberal or conservative types or liberal types or the Southern Democrats or any of those new names and old names that get all mixed up. Bottom line is I can't see the United States with Trump being the president because the economy is going to tank and he's doing everything he can to keep it there. And a movie like this, who's to say it won't get re-released in 6 months or a year from now when things have calmed down or when they need some money, because they're not going to take a loss on it. I mean, that's just pure business.
I see a Netflix release on this one. I see it going to one of their streaming sites.
With everything we've talked about on Twitter, with them changing trending topics, not just with Rotten Tomatoes, but with everything, it's going to be a concerted effort to really kind of make sure that a Republican, whoever it is, doesn't win. And I think you're just going to see a lot more unrest. And I'm not a fear monger. I'm not whatever. I think the world's going to go on, but it's just more of the same. And frankly, it gets to a point where when you have a movie like this, we talked about this with They Live. They Live was supposed to be anti-consumers, anti-Reagan, anti-movie. And in our opinion, it didn't come across that way. You could strongly argue that it wasn't. here you've got a movie that, okay, you've got some people hunting a deplorable, and I thought, well, maybe that would be a movie that a lot of the deplorables, quote unquote, would love to go see because maybe in the end.
In all honesty, if you watch the trailer, and it really looks like the Democrats are coming off as the bad guys in this.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Then, by the way, this is not the first time this has happened. By the way, bang, Jay Ferguson.
Bang.
Yeah. By the way, also hello to Underworld Dream, who's in the house as well. I appreciate you guys showing up. But in the 1990s, there was a movie called The Last Supper. It had Cameron Diaz and Bill Paxton and a few others that you would know. And it was all about this group of friends. They're all like liberals and leftists. And they decide that because they're having a conversation, if you had the chance to go back in time and kill Hitler, would you? And then through this conversation, they begin to decide that, well, why don't they just find the future Hitler and kill him now?
Mm-hmm.
And so you get kind of a parade of, they invite these people over to dinner, and there are all sorts of, I guess, conservative stereotypes, or what liberals would believe are conservative stereotypes, like Bill Paxton plays a gun nut.
Yep.
So obviously he's got to die because he can be the future Hitler. At one point in time, they're actually talking about they're talking to a 15-year-old cheerleader who's very deep in her religion, and they think, okay, well, she's got to die because she could be religious. And then they finally get to the Rush Limbaugh, who's played in this case by Ron Perlman. And so this is not the first time this has happened. This is not the first time they've even made a movie where the liberals, the leftists, were targeting Republicans and such like this. One of the great things I liked about that movie is, once again, they're the bad guys. I think that they set out to make a movie that made them the hero, but you can't be if you're randomly murdering people because they have an opinion. And especially when one of them, the Ron Perlman character, is asked the same question that they ask themselves. If you could do it, would you go back in time and kill Hitler before he killed the Jews? And he said, no. And everybody's like shocked and surprised. Are you a Nazi? Do you support it? And he says, I would talk to him.
Well, to me, again, at the Xtreme Movie Show, we just like to have a take and talk about what we enjoy. We like to have a spirit conversation. I know at some point that may break down as we grow and get bigger, but, I know that, like, say, Dalton, who's listening to Channel 9, I've gone back and forth on whether certain Christmas things have certain meanings, and it's fun to argue those things, but we're trying not to really necessarily beat each other up or say you're right or you're wrong or get really violently triggered about it. But for fuck's sake, make a goddamn movie and just be entertaining about it. But everything these days has been totally taken over. And frankly, I fail to understand how I'm going to sound hypocritical here. One of my issues in starting the Xtreme Movie Show with you has always been, I just don't understand why people see the movies that they see currently, because they suck and they're not good. And honestly, a lot of it is because of all the messagey, preachy shit. And I don't really care to be lectured to, and I just want to be entertained. And that being lectured to or being treated that way, or having a movie like The Hunt where, somebody, from the deep, dirty South that we are, getting hunted and all that. I mean, come on, bro. It's ridiculous. It's dumb. It's like, don't even try to hide it. That's fine. But yet they still make money. So I can't honestly sit there and say, don't do it. If you're a movie studio, make your movie. If it's that way, that's fine. But it's the same way that a religious movie, like the anti-abortion movie that came out, did really well, word of mouth. Facebook wasn't promoting it. Nobody was. It was getting banned. Yeah. I forget the name of it, but it did solid. And you don't see a lot of those. And if you're religiously minded, that might appeal to you. But even if you just believe in, say, no abortion, and you're not religious minded, that might too as well. But it's like, God damn it, just take some money, make a friggin' movie, have a friggin' character. It's not hard,
and have a good time doing it.
Exactly.
Because if they have a good time making the movie, usually it shows. And even if it turns out it's not the best of movies, it's at least fun. I find that so many times. That's why you can tolerate certain Adam Sandler films, I believe. But there's a film now. Okay, they canceled that one. It's done. That's fine. There's another film though that I would say check it. Whoa, we got a face reveal here from Dr. Venkman.
Yeah, it's kind of overdue. So
Okay.
I figure if they can get over your ugliness and all, I'm good.
Yeah, fuck off. There's another movie coming out though that's very similar to it, where you have people hunting a person, and it has to do with a young girl who is becoming she's becoming a bride, so she's going to be a new member of this family. And the only way you could really join the family is if you survive the hunt. It's kind of a game of hide and seek. It's called Ready or Not. Looks awesome. So yeah. They're laughing at you there, Venk.
I'm sure they are.
Not ready for it. Everybody. Nobody could take the face reveal right away. That's just.
It's their right to though. I mean, they're still watching.
Yeah, there you go. I got that a lot also. Holy crap, you're old. I told you guys. I get that a lot. Wait, I thought you were 20 because of the sound of your voice. Nope. Old, fat, and ugly. I told you in the live streams. Old, fat, and ugly.
Well, you don't look fat. I mean, you're tall. If you were short, like 5'9", like I am, then you would be.
Well, these days I am around 5'9". That shrinking thing actually happens.
That's because you're in Florida. The sinkholes.
Right. Yeah. That's what happens. That's what happens. I just called out this. Someone's making a comic book called The Everglades, and the main character has her shirt open. You know, it's got the sports bra on. The boobies are hanging out and everything. And all I could think of is she's gonna have freaking welts from the mosquitoes all over her. I'm sorry, I'm too old to go, ooh, nice tits. Nope. Now I'm thinking, wow. Yeah, you don't walk through you got to have like 16 different cans of off for that.
Right.
That doesn't look right. That does not look right.
The conversation you missed while you were setting up, the doctor and I were having, had to do with food, sir, because we're all foodies and on snacking it, which we'll be doing soon. You know, we're going to talk about different things, but here in Florida, you know, if you eat clean and you eat right and you get the stuff out of your system, bugs will not be attracted to you. I don't even get a mosquito bite these days anymore. Just sharing that knowledge with you. But if I drank a Yoo-hoo or something shitty, I probably would.
I don't eat the perfect. My problem is not what I eat. My problem is lack of movement. Anyway, but yeah, I don't remember the last time I got bit by a mosquito either. To tell you the truth. Yeah, there's something to that. Let's see. Real Dr. V is one handsome something. Oh, fellow. Okay. If they're running away from the Clintons, I'd understand, says Tillium.
Don't run away from the Clintons.
Love you too, Jay, is from him. 5'9" is short now. Damn, I'm 5'4", 5'6", says Dalton. Yeah, you're short, dude.
Oh, man, they could have had John Kerry do a cameo on the Swift boat.
Okay. I don't know where that came from, but okay.
No, that movie, though, The Hunt. I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
Because John Kerry, remember John Kerry was running for president? He said he was a Swift boat just like JFK, and turned out to be false.
Yeah. I'm looking forward, however, to Ready or Not. That looks like a decent horror film. There's a few previews that are coming out. I will get to them. We may have to do it solo rather than Dalton join me. We'll figure out another way to get Dalton on the show here. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this Ready or Not. It's one of the things that just looks really cool to me coming out this fall. So let's see. I got bitten by mosquitoes several times last night, says Geek Hero.
More garlic, sir.
More garlic?
Absolutely. Garlic's fantastic for that.
Yeah. Well, that explains a lot because I have that in a lot of stuff. I can't eat onions. So I use other things to replace flavor that's missing from recipes, and one of it's garlic.
Nice.
Yeah.
A little mint tea is pretty good too. Mint repels a lot of stuff.
Mint, little mint tea is good. A lot of mint tea is better.
That's true. Mint is fantastic. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that. There's I go to Epcot. There, I cannot resist it. In Morocco, there's a mint tea that is just the most refreshing thing I've ever had. I mean, literally just absolutely. I don't know if it's a psychological thing or what, but I drink that stuff. You could just feel it cool all the way down.
Yes.
Nice. Eric, calm down.
Well, Eric's hadn't had smoke in 3 days, he says, and he's practically feral. Eric, you're feeling extreme.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, there was a bit of a scare for Eric, so I'm glad he's okay. But yeah, he's just started He just stopped smoking.
Nice.
Yep. Poisons also help repeal a lot of stuff. Yeah, like I said, just get a can of off. That's what you need. Swinging it back to the movie stuff today. I knew we were going to be talking about this, and I heard you guys talking about this TV show that's on Netflix now, just started, and it's called The Wu Assassins. So I put it on. Now, Venkman, you're up at episode 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's only 10 episodes.
You've seen more of it than Rob and I have. So I'm going to let you go first on this and give us a little rundown. What do you think about it? Try not to give too much spoilers. But
this is like, if you ever watched the Jackie Chan Adventures, where he has to recover the talismans because he had different abilities. This is basically your live action version of that without Jackie Chan. This guy, the main character, he works as a chef. So then his buddy who lifts cars as a living, gets him his little basically food truck van. So he's got this. It's called Kung Fu Foodie.
Yeah, Kung Foodie. That's
I want that T-shirt. I want that freaking T-shirt because he's got it there, and I'm thinking if it's not on Teespring, god dang it, we got to put it there and sell it.
Right.
Yeah.
But he basically is like he's a guy who'll stand up because he's dealing with his stepfather is the leader of the Triads, and he wants nothing to do with the stepfather. So then he and his family friends, they're running their parents' Chinese restaurant. So basically, he steps in when they're gonna beat up this old man who, because one of the guys, his Triad members, has allergy to peanut was it peanuts? I think it was
peanut allergy.
Yeah,
Oh.
peanut allergy.
Yep.
Yeah, so they're upset about that. So the guy's ready to hit the old man. And he grabs the guy's hand, the Triads, and then they basically like, hey, like the screw up of the family of the brother and sister owner. He's like, hey, get out of here! Don't worry, I'll take care of this, So then they basically come after him, try to kill him. And there's a great kung fu. I want to say, do you say it's more like karate, or do you think it's like jujitsu? He does inside the.
It's kung fu, isn't it? In China, it's kung fu, right?
Well, they're in San Francisco. They're in Chinatown.
Yeah, but Chinatown.
Yeah, I think it's more of the Chinese type of kung fu,
Karate's Japanese.
Yeah, it's the thing about the show that for me is, and since you've seen more, you probably know more about it. I liked the very first episode starts off with a big time fight, and that's really, really great. I just wasn't expecting for lack of a better term, supernatural or mystical element to it at all. And I guess that's the whole focus of the show, which I didn't realize. I thought it'd been fantastic without it. But what do you have to say about all that as the episodes progress?
Okay, from what I saw, and I've made it up to episode 3, I do not know if I'm going to make it to episode 4 because the fights are awesome. The rest of the show is boring as fuck.
It is
so bad, boring. So my experience watching the Wu Assassins is like, because it's just anytime they're not fighting, I don't care. I forgot even what they're fighting for. One guy has glowy hands. The other guy turns into an old man. Go.
Yeah, the talisman, he gets the power. It gives him he's basically the power of like 1,000 different monks before. He basically been trying to collect these talismans. So he's able to hide his true identity by using their faces. So you got this guy who looks like a really old version of Donnie Yen. Kind of. He's bald.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so then he uses that in the beginning scene where they're looking for him. The tribe's looking for him, and they're like, "Where's the chef?" And they come across this old looking dude, and it's actually him. Because while they do it, they show the old man fighting, doing all his kung fu and all stuff in the hallway, beating these guys up, breaking arms, throwing the guy over the balcony, or down into the stairs below. So then, as they do that, and then they go back and they actually show the actual kid. He's not really a kid. He's probably like in his mid-20s to late 20s. He's half Indonesian, half Chinese looking. But that's actually, and speaking of that guy, if you remember, you saw They Come for at Night.
Oh hell yeah!
That's the one friend he fights at the end.
Yeah, they're the raid crowd, basically. The people who the guy he was also the star of the raid. But I'll tell you what, yes, instead of the Wu Assassins, which is going to take you 10 hours of suck, watch The Night Comes for us, because it's about 2 hours of awesome. You get it done earlier, and you're going to be jacked on how awesomely action-packed this movie is.
This movie, I mean, my only complaint with that movie was that I felt it was too long in certain parts of the one you're talking about, the Comfort Night.
The night
but
comes
the gore makes up for it, though.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And wow, you're
So
talking for thinking
you're like,
great.
Because I'm looking like, is this going for 2 to 3 hours? I'm like, how long is this movie? It's like, well, there goes, and that guy like gets his arm chopped off, and that guy gets shot, a cue stick through his neck or through his stomach.
Yeah, they fill the time with a lot of good fight and gore, man.
Machetes. It's like the number one weapon.
Straight. Summon the Gimp. They want you in your Gimp Spider-Man outfit.
Oh, that's not me though. He came back from Thailand with us.
We want some radioactive asshole. My dogs are going crazy. Once I said that, I hope you can't hear them.
That's funny. But anyway,
you're hot. Cannot act. Everybody's like walking their lines. Oh,
say what?
You talking about which girl are you talking about? The blonde?
Yeah, the Undercover One.
It's Catherine Winnick. So you hate Catherine Winnick.
I didn't say I hate her. I said she's hot, but she can't act in this at all. And everybody seems like they're talking their lines in this show.
I don't know.
It's like a walkthrough almost the way I'm watching it. Hey, big brother, how are you? I'm doing okay. Hey, if you need help, I help you. Okay? Yeah. Here, take gun. Brad, don't stop coming for you. But I don't need gun. It's like, come on, guys. I mean, it's just, I don't know. Again, I'm only one episode in.
Hey, Jack.
It gets better. I mean,
it would have to.
I mean, well, you saw it. Does the acting? Do you feel like it progressed? Got a little better?
No, I'm on episode. I told you, I don't know if I want to watch the next episode. I'm 3 episodes in. I'm like, I can't do that. There's so many other things. There's too much good that I could be checking out. And I no.
I don't. I love the supernatural effect to it. I mean,
it looks really good. I will say that we talked about this just on the earlier stream tonight when we were talking about Double Impact with JCVD when we were experimenting with trying to put some audio and stuff in there. Mm-hmm. A lot of great on the ground shots, and I think them filming it there in person, it looks really, really, really good. I mean, it looks realistic. The fight in the food truck is really good. Everything about it looks like it's everyday kind of world. It's not like in a too rich of a place or a shithole or overuse of CGI. But when they do the spiritual stuff, it is very good looking. It's a very slick production. I will definitely say that about the show. No question about it. The fight scenes are choreographed well also. Yeah,
but that's it. And I will stand behind those fight scenes that I saw. They're really good, but it's all that middle stuff. And there's a lot of middle stuff in some of these episodes.
Is there any TNA?
Say again?
Well, actually, is there any TNA?
TNA?
I did not see that.
Not really. But I just watched episode 8. It's where they there's a fight in the police station, and that was done pretty well. Judy, you see in the trailer, there is that girl with the blonde. She works for the Triad. She works for his dad, Six Guns. She's his driver. She kicks the cop right in the eye with her steel tip shoe. As soon as because he's checking her out, he's like, "Hey, what's up?" And then immediately she just kills him.
So you're saying with this guy, this chick is playing a little game of just the tip?
Oh, Dalton, you're in the house. You're being represented by Rob today.
What? I don't understand that. What does that mean?
That was a bad pun.
So you're saying So you're saying that I'm Daltoning over Wu Assassins?
Yeah, just a little.
Because I love supernatural part? Okay.
No, that's cool. That's cool. I just didn't know that was the thing. So one of the things I was going to ask you guys about it, if you had seen it, was that obviously it's central to the story, but I honestly didn't know. And again, my first thought goes to I love comics and how popular it is and all the stuff that you do, Ian. And I just go, was this a graphic novel? Was it a comic? Was it something? And they're just tried to make a show out of it? I really don't know.
No.
Well, I just want to say, it's I understand when it comes to martial arts and he makes like supernatural something like like the Monkey King with was it with Jet Li, I think it was.
Yeah.
I did not like that movie at all. I thought that was too fantasy based.
Okay, I kind of dug it, but the thing is, I knew it was fantasy. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
and I get what you're talking about, but see, with me in movies, they could set up their rules. So long as they follow their rules, I'll take anything. It's when a movie sets up their own rules and then breaks them. I mean, come on, we can believe that a robot comes to the past to kill somebody who's gonna destroy the future and all that kind of stuff. So long as it follows its own rules and it stays, we don't want it's set up that dogs will bark whenever a Terminator is near. So if a Terminator's walking by a dog and he doesn't bark, okay, yeah, why? You got to explain that to me. So I don't mind a fantasy film like that. So.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like this show is not for everyone. I mean, they're already filming season 2 for this, so there must be a crowd.
Wow. I can honestly tell you it's not for me.
It's okay.
It's not bad.
No.
It suffers for me what I feel, and this is a Rob thing, where it's almost just watchable enough where you could put it on and forget about it. But to Eve's point, with so much stuff on, how do you filter and decide which ones I'm going to sit down and try to actively watch? And that's when I'm watching going, okay, I don't hate it. There's not like a preachy thing or anything that I've seen yet that just disgusts me. But what is it doing to make me want to sit there and watch it? And I don't know if that's a part of getting older. I certainly haven't seen as much stuff as a lot of people in our stream, but I'm telling you, I just looked at it and went, meh.
That's a good way to put it.
I mean, it's not Chuck Norris with the one liner and then he just like drinks a beer and kicks the guy.
Right. I mean, you're just a little thingy, I mean, a hook, a something. Again, it's slickly produced. It looks great. It's I remember a lot of shows.
I remember you talking about when they showed in the alleyway when they went to like the CG. You thought that was kind of like you didn't like it at all.
Well, it's just I thought the setup was really, really good. He gets warned by his brother that, hey, the triads are after you, take my gun, and he drives off in the truck, and then the people are trying to actually fight him. So there's the fight in the food truck, and he's driving his car, and he goes down the alleyway, and all of a sudden there's a body laying in the ground. Which, growing up here in Pine Hills, we never know that trick, with somebody just laying out there in the middle. So
there is more fight scenes though.
Well, no, I know. I'm just saying, but the girl just stands up and says, "Here, take this." Puts it in her hand. Now you have the power of 1,000 monks, and blah blah blah. You got to kill all 5 bad guys. So I'm like, what? Where'd this come from? I didn't get it.
You have to fight my 7 evil exes.
And the dude's like, I just want to cook food. Leave me the hell alone.
Yeah, and it's kind of get the Jackie Chan vibe where he's throughout the series. He's kind of like, I don't want to kill anybody, so I'm just gonna fight for self-defense.
Yeah, I will say this: the guy, I guess. I don't have a problem with him, but he just doesn't have charisma. He doesn't have anti-charisma where like I hate him, and the fights are good. And I like how a lot of people seem like they're normal everyday folk, which to me added to the everyday believability of it, minus the fighting. So when he added the supernatural, it really, really stuck out. But I think what you typed in chat, Venkman, is perfect when you talk about watching a few episodes to decide for yourself. That's all we would say for anybody, right. For most things, really. Frankly, if you don't like some of the martial arts stuff we've been covering on Kicking It, don't watch it. But if you do and you got an opinion, let us know. Same thing with Snacking It or anything else there too. So
yeah, my thing is don't say something sucks and then you've never even watched it before. Don't base your opinions off of what somebody else says.
Or do if you know their opinions and you can frame it. That's the whole purpose of these conversations. Yeah. You know how I think.
I'm not a big fan of that kind of thing because I get that a lot on the I Love Comics channel where somebody says, well, all Marvel sucks because of this thing that happened on Twitter. Wait, what? You mean you didn't read the book, right? It's just get your own fucking brain. Come on.
But that's not what we're talking about. We've seen it, so.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I'm gonna back you up on, I'm gonna back up something you said where his name's Uke Uwais, from Indonesia, and he's the lead of the Raid movies. The man got charisma. It's just whatever happened in this movie sucked it right out.
Yeah, I didn't see it in here. I mean, like when I saw Tony Jaa and I saw The Protector, someone told me about it like 10 years ago or whatever, but before he was even a name, somebody got me a copy of it at my work. I watched it. I was like, hey, this is pretty good. Now, I'm not saying the guy's good looking or got a lot of charisma, but with what he did on screen, you could pocket that and say, well, he's got something. This guy I'm looking at going, hey, he looks like a sad sack wanting to cook rice all day. I mean,
yeah, I wonder if he just isn't used to playing that kind of character. It's like Johnny Depp in the 90s played in a movie called The Astronaut. It was a normal guy, just a normal 9 to 5 kind of guy, and it was so awkward.
Wasn't he Alien too?
At the end of it, yeah. But it was just one of these things where you are obviously out of your depth playing normal. And I think it comes off here. He's supposed to be this normal guy, but he doesn't know how to do it. He knows how to play badass. He knows how to play, stand-up hero cop, but he doesn't know how to play just guy who punches a clock.
He's all serious though. If they would have given him more comedy like Jackie Chan though, it'd be a little more entertaining. That's what's missing of it. I can understand why some people would not like it. Okay. But I mean, I like it for the supernatural aspect, and I love when they actually do the fighting. So I gave it a shot. I mean, plus he has Catherine Winnick in it. She is great. If you ever watch like Vikings on History Channel,
I saw her in Vikings and such. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
I might watch another episode or two. We'll see. Like I say, it didn't turn me off, and the fights were good enough to make me want to kind of go back to see it. Think about it.
Eels. I'd say the cutoff point, if you don't like it, is maybe like 2 or 3 episodes, maybe like 3 or 4. If you don't like Angleton did, if you don't like it by then, I'm not gonna judge you if you don't watch the rest.
My thinking is this: 3 hours is the length of the Titanic.
Right?
Yeah, if you can't tell a good story in the length of the movie Titanic or Lord of the Rings, then you're a fail. It's a fail. It's time to walk away.
I usually give like shows like the benefit of the doubt because I'll go like 3 or 4 episodes in because sometimes the action starts later. Look at Punisher season 2. You wait and then finally there's the action. So I mean, it could be horror, but it's not. I will say this: it's not as bad as Punisher season 2, where like the last episode is like the best thing.
Yeah, I agree with Dalton though. They should have gone full Jack Burton on this one. I don't know. How about Rob? Do you have anything to add? Do you have any movie news or something you saw that you want to point out to people to either see or stay away from?
I'm almost done with season 2 of a show that just dropped. And I'll mention another show here in a second, but it's a show on Netflix right now. You can see it called Sinners. Sinners.
Oh, Sinners. SINN.
The USA show that was on a couple years ago.
Yeah, it was on USA, and I think after a few weeks or something, they dump it on Netflix. Season 1 was Jessica Biel, who it's just a fact. She's got a fantastic physique. She works really hard in her body. You can say whatever you want about her face. Horse face, butter face, doesn't matter. Smash totally. She plays like an average woman and almost does a good job at it. And she's at a beach with like her hubby and her kid. And she just walks up to somebody, just slices the shit out of them. And the scene is just so it's fantastic, and it hooks you immediately. And the show is just incredible as far as uncovering all these layers. Bill Pullman's a detective in here. He's trying to figure stuff out. He's kind of weird, maybe not in a good way. The ending's okay, but it's a fantastic use of getting you hooked. So season 2 is basically Bill Pullman, the same guy, detective. A few months later, he's in a situation where he gets kind of called back to his hometown to help a young black lady who's about to make detective in a town figure out what happens with this kid who's accused of murder. And it's one of those shows where I'm watching it, and my wife was like, "You got to watch this, Rob. It's your kind of show." I'm like, "Really?" And she goes, "Yeah." She goes, "I watched a lot of it." My wife does not watch TV. And I sat down and I started watching it this morning. I watched it like 6 episodes in a row. And I never do that. You guys know that. So Sinners season 2, there's not a lot of fluff. It's great. I like movies like this. It's about human beings. It's about stuff. You don't know what's going on. You're barely one step ahead of them, but you got to see how it plays out. There's some great acting in it. Things aren't always what they seem. I enjoy this kind of a show. And that reminds me of another show I wanted to mention that's getting ready to come out called Mindhunters. Well, I'm sure we'll talk about a review with that. That's where the FBI actually starts using their techniques for finding serial killers. What's that?
When it comes out, we should do a review. We'll do a Sunday night review. Let's just talk about the whole show. We'll spend a whole episode talking.
Mindhunters, wasn't that the Christian Slater movie?
No, this is Two Unknowns basically, and season 1 I assume would be on Netflix now. If you watch it, it's a slow burn. It's got the chick who was in Fringe, who I think was on the '70s show or some other show. The blonde, she's a side character in it. I forget her name. She's tall, but one dude who's like the older detective you would know. But no, Mindhunter is just, to me, sucks you in because it's based off the real life stuff and everything. And I just like detective type stuff and personalities, how you can think about stuff, and it's really intriguing.
Oh, and by the way, yes, it is. It's actually a pretty decent movie. He's talking about Mindhunters. It's got Christian Slater, Val Kilmer's in it. The chick who played the Mummy, Patricia Vazquez, not the Mummy, but Noxinamun from the Mummy. Yeah, it's actually a pretty good movie. I saw that when it first came out. Good call. Good
And
call.
I was like, I'm like, is this based on the movie or is it?
Yeah, it's not what he's talking about
at all.
It's not what he's talking about.
Because I'm a Christian Slater buff, so when you mention they like his titles, I'm like, oh, that's Christian Slater.
Did you ever see a TV show called Breaking In?
Yes, I love that show.
Love that show. It streams on Crackle. As a matter of fact, you could get both seasons. I wish they would get a third. Just please, someone save that show. It's not going to happen.
I just love the fact that he would mess with them.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah. Christian Slater basically plays. His name's Oz, and he's just really cool. That's his superpower. He's just really cool.
The show is about them basically being able to crack any security system because he's a former thief himself.
Yeah. So it's definitely worth it. Legend says E did a striptease on his drunken live stream. Yes, that is the legend.
Dude, did you see Eric Breen's comment? Legend of the Drunken Mass.
I know. Drunken Thunderdome sounds like a lot of fun. I want to play.
Jay said he wants to sign up for it.
But can he do debates and not just fucking arguing? That would be awesome. I'll have him on.
Are you able to censor out his F-bombs?
He's going to win. Oh, that's not going to be a problem. I'll just take that off.
We don't do extreme censoring on here.
Yeah, well, what if I do a Drunken Thunderdome? I would take it off. I would put it on like BitChute afterwards.
We've kind of had that with you before. When you're drunk, you're trying to remember stuff and you couldn't at all.
Yeah, I tried to test myself. Give me a superhero. Give me a character or something that I could tell you the first appearance of, and to test my drunk level. So there you go. That's basically all. Hey, look, man. To me, skip Woo Assassins. Check out The Night Comes For Us. I think you'll have a lot more fun with that one.
But prepared, it is a long movie. It feels like a 3-hour movie, wasn't it?
No, it's only 2 hours, and it's awesome.
Oh man,
yeah. I am actually now thinking about doing the Drunken Thunderdome. Thank you for giving me that idea.
You're welcome.
I'll just have to find somebody to go against it. Rob, you have anything else?
Extreme.
What?
I was going to say Extreme.
Rob.
Yeah, I know, but
thanks, mommy.
Before you close out and leave,
what the fuck was that all about, Venkman? I actually was calling him out, and
I know.
He's excited.
Yeah.
No, I just was gonna say, like I said, we're trying a bunch of different things out with our shows and experimenting. Let us know stuff that you guys want to cover. Still getting a lot of views lately on Kicking It, also Snacking It too. Yeah, keep it coming, guys. I mean, we're keep spreading the word. It's like they say on MST3K, keep spreading the tapes. Let people know about us. That's really the best thing that you can do if you enjoy what we do here, because a lot of it's stream of consciousness and a lot of it's just a train wreck, but it's entertaining, and that's what we aim to be.
Yep. I like Dalton's fail, Venkman. Fail.
Fail. I already said I'm Daltoning tonight, okay?
Well, he talks under people. You just talked all over Rob. See, there's the difference. But all righty. What did you want to add to this, Venkman?
Well, now I forgot what I was going to say.
I just want to say that there's a great idea that Dalton.
Great idea that Dalton what?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I was just going out. Jesus, Venkman.
Never go full comics division, Dr. B.
All right. What were you saying, Rob?
No, I wasn't.
Okay. All righty. Well, guys, we're going to thank you very much for joining the conversation. Once again, thank you very much to Rob Zilla. Thank you very much to the real Dr. Venkman, the face revealed Dr. Venkman. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, stay extreme.
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 Those words to the camera.
The camera shakes.
I know.